Yo guys and dolls, so just a quick one. Had a lot of questions on my pedal board and how is the best way to route your pedal board. So I'm just going to show you.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Right guys, so a lot of chat about kind of what's the best way to run your pedals and blah blah blah. This kind of stuff never changes, so let's just go for it. So I will show you on this guy, which is my kind of do it all, kind of all in one pedal board type of thing. So here is the order I would run them in. Let me just adjust the camera and I will get back to you. So here we are at La Board. So what we have here is a noise gate. Now what this noise gate does in particular is it has its own kind of effects loop. So I come into here, guitar in, and I come out of here, guitar out. I then go into my lowest drive, say an overdrive or a booster pedal. Then from there I go into my more distorted distortion pedal, kind of like a DS1 or a Horizon drive or something with a bit more balls. Then from here I go into the front of my amp, and then from the front of my amp I would then go out into the speaker cab. In the effects loop of my amp I will go from my chorus or phase. Sometimes people put phase in the front. I tend to run my chorus and time-based effects all in the effects loop. So chorus. So out of the effects loop, send into the input of the chorus. Then from the output of the chorus to the input of my reverb. Then into the output of this reverb into the input of my digital delay. Then out of my digital delay, it comes back into the noise gate, effects loop in. Then it comes out of that into the effects return of my amp. Oh, sorry, forgot about this little guy. This guy is a looper, so it will go into from my delay into the looper, from the looper to my effects return of the decimator, then from the decimator back into the effects return of the amp. And that is the best way to run those particular pedals. However, there is some people out there who would say, oh, what are you doing putting your chorus in the effects return? You should have that in front of your amp. Hence, the whole opinion is like arseholes. We have all got them. This is how I would basically set up all of my rigs. If I had a wah-wah, that would go in the front as well. So another way of looking at it is all affecting effects, distortions, possibly EQs, wah-wahs, pitch shifters go in the front. Into the input of your amp, done. Time-based effects or modulation effects, as in phaser, flanger, wah-wah, phaser, flanger, chorus, delay, reverb, they would all tend to live in the effects loop of your amp. And the looper always wants to come last because you want it to loop the effect that you've got. If you put the looper in front of the amp, whatever goes into the looper will be affected by the amp. So if you loop clean, you'll go distorted if you put the distortion channel on. Whereas at the end, you can loop clean, put the gain on, loop with some gain. And this will always maintain the last sound that you had. Hope that makes sense and clears some stuff up. So now that we've had a look at that, hopefully you can go and build your own pedal board to get the best tone out of it. Remember, dude, you can do whatever you want to do. So if you find that your reverbs, you like the sound of it in the front of your amp, hey, you do you. But I would say that's a really great place to start. So that's it. Very short one this week, just to answer some of the questions I've had on my last video. And yeah, that's it, and it sounds great as well. It's absolutely beast of a board. I've been out doing some DiMaggio dates, using D'Addario as well. And the board has just been getting so much praise. I've just been running it into a Lionheart 412, Laney Lionheart 412, and it just sounds monstrous. So yeah, so there you go. That's the best way to set up your pedals in your amp rig. Cool. See you in the next one. Take care.